Beautiful cloudy day here in the neighborhood. Oh my gosh, what a lovely place. I am moving. Nothing new for some of you. Yes, I am not moving out of South Dakota, but I am moving from this campsite. I'm over the squishiness here. I've got a very busy neighbor, and yeah, so we're just getting started here. Got things off the table. You can go back and watch the video where I did a tour of the inside of Happy Haven and the Clam. So you got stuff in there. I've already got my rocks in here. It's all kind of crazy, but keep watching and I'll show you where I land. Hope you'll join me. It's a bittersweet time. Linda here, Serene and Simple Life. I'm gonna leave my fridge plugged in here until I empty it. Probably move the bike tomorrow. I have to go to work. We got the Clam just about down. I had one steak giving me some trouble, and I finally got it out. This is the little rings that I pounded steaks into after I lost my big grommet rings in the storm, windstorm. So we're still plugged in here, but we're happy to be making a change here for another few weeks. I think you're gonna like it. It's down, ready to get in the bag. Then I gotta go do some organizing. I'm not going too far, and really happy to be moving away from this. Very chaotic. She's been on this site for, I don't know, over 4 weeks, and it's like every day she's moving, and it's just way too chaotic. Slamming doors many times back and forth, and I'm also gonna be gaining some shade, which is really exciting. Yeah, I had a car camper here before that didn't live outside, and I don't know, with the way I've been feeling, she's very unsettling and hard to live next to. Nice lady, but hard to live next to. Do you have a neighbor like that? And I'm happy to be. These people are all really quiet. I mean, everybody lives inside their rigs. Except for me and this lady here. There's the work camper row. And I was way down there on the corner. And now we're headed up these little steps. I just paid my rent here for the next month. I already heard the doors slam down there a couple times. So happy to be here in a new location at the same campground. Let's go check it out, guys. Walking. Give you a little perspective here. I was on the corner. Right next to that van. And now I am down over the hill in complete serenity below the cabins here. I am stoked. Let's go check it out. Oh my gosh, worth it to move just for the view. I'm gonna sit down here at the picnic table and have a little chat with you, because some of you are gonna be like, why are you moving now? After all this time. Good question. I think sometimes you appreciate things more if you don't have them for a while. Look at this shade, and it's almost 9 a.m. Oh my gosh, Happy Haven is not facing direct into the sun. And I came home from work last night, it was dark, So I wasn't sure exactly how to angle her. But we've got all my food and bins underneath the picnic table. Nothing massive, very nice and neat. Got the e-bike, my chair, I can sit in the shade and enjoy the view. Wow. Yes, I have given up power and water, though I think I told you I've got the refrigerator down there. He said I could leave it there until I empty it out, which will be another few days. But I can come home in complete serenity. There's Crazy Horse. Without slamming doors, nobody around, no neighbors. Exactly how I like it. It was a good test. So let's sit down here at the picnic table. Got to uncover it. Going to work today. Maybe I'll wait a couple days and talk to you. So keep watching. Look at that shade. Gotta love the shade. Now would you look at that view? Wow. Beautiful barn. I've taken pictures of barns in the past, especially Kentucky. The peaceful, the quiet, the serene. And she's moved again. Decided I had a little wider shade here, and I'm tucked in a little bit better than the picnic table being on the right-hand side of this tree. And I was looking for a little bit more level, although they're pretty well equal. But this is, you know, a little higher up tree, not as big. This is wider. And I'm in love here. I'm making oatmeal. My first outdoor cooking since being here. It was too hot. The skin issues, the comfort level of hanging out on the corner there, exposed. And now I'm tucked in my own little space here. God is good. I'm gonna sit down and have a little chat with you. Look at my little setup here, guys, with all the shade. It's almost 10 o'clock. I don't know where the sun will be this afternoon, but we'll figure that out on my day off. Gonna put my makeup on, eat my oatmeal, and head out to work. Loving it. Beautiful day in the neighborhood here in South Dakota. To be exact, Custer. And I'm working at Crazy Horse, for those of you who are new. Yep. I have traded electricity and convenience, water, electric, for a stress-free, simple, serene surroundings. Does it get any better than this, guys? I don't think so. You know, some of you are wondering, like, probably, man, you've been there for several months now. You're settled in, all that moving, you know, what was that all about? Well, first off, I'm new to having a 12-volt fridge. And this is my first time where it's like, okay, this is really cool. You know, have lots of fresh fruit and veggies. And I bought some grass-fed ground beef and made a hamburger. And I just made some yummy leftovers. And so the refrigerator really became a wonderful convenience. And I'm spending, or they charge us $6 a night, whether you're at a electric site or you're tent camping like I am now. So I just settled in, and I have to give you a little bit of backdrop. When I first got this job, I
I was talking to my boss. I was back at the tiny home, and I was like, I'm car camping, and I was asking her about the campsite and what was that all about, and how many rigs and this and that. And I was like, I really would like if he has a space like for her to talk to the manager of the campground. If he has a space that's kind of private, or out on the outskirts, that's really what I would like. And sure enough, when I got here, I mean, you can't get any more outskirts unless you're in a big rig, and then you get the big rig site. So I was real happy. I called it like a corner space. You'll have to go back and watch that video if you haven't seen that. I was just tickled to death, as my mother would say, and felt very blessed, like that there was nothing that wasn't right about that site. So, and the effort that the manager put in, or my manager put in to talk to the manager here, and that he had the perfect spot for a car camper. Well, fast forward, there was no neighbor, as I shared with you. And then there was a neighbor that he's a car camper, but he doesn't live outside, and he leaves early in the morning and doesn't get back till late. So it was like he wasn't there anyways. So I still had, two sides that had no camper, had no RV next to me. And I was like, yeah, this is good. Well, that all changed about a month ago. As I pointed out, a really nice lady moved in, but we just didn't, I didn't connect. Maybe it was because of, partially because for sure my skin issues, just not feeling it, because she was never settled. We had one day off, the same day, and then one day where I would have off and she was working, but always moving things around from front to back. And I understand when you're a new car camper, you do that, but for weeks on end, every single day, it just got to be like, what is wrong with me? Like I was just whining out loud to myself. And then I was like, God, please forgive me, for being the way I was being, for moaning and groaning. But that was just one of those things. And then over time, it dawned on me that I had no shade. And I know some of you made comments right at the beginning. Oh my gosh, I couldn't live there with no shade. On the end there, no shade. Um, so yeah, I lived at the library a few weeks. It pushed me to go out to Custer State Park, where I did a video, there. And so I made do, but in the morning I would wake up and the sun was just blaring in the windshield. And if that didn't have something to do with my skin issues too, I don't know. But I could have turned around the other direction, but then I'm facing the RVs. So now I've got less privacy. When I would come home from work, I had this beautiful view that I showed you, and my clam was next to me. And, I just accepted the blessing, that was a wonderful blessing, but it turned into a different reality, uh, a reality that, yes, it was still a blessing, but there was things that just weren't setting right, mentally, emotionally, physically with my arms, and also it was very dirty there, and I didn't realize that at first. After my clam blew away, I did a video on that. It was like the stress of bringing that back. It's filthy, absolutely filthy. And I guess I wasn't taking care of my arms the way I should, to wash them every day with all that dirt. And then on top of everything else, here comes the sun. I don't know if this is a good view or not. I'm looking into the sun, so I guess that's okay. No privacy. Do you realize that at first? Not really. Even when you're moving in a sticks and bricks, things that you don't see at first, um, later become an issue. So it was like, even a coworker said, yeah, you're really hanging off on the edge there, you know, and 3 roads, one in the back, one in the front, and one along the side, and then even one up further. So every which way was like a road. And I know it was God. It was God, and you don't always appreciate things until, you know, you don't have them, and then you do have them. He moved me down here. It was just like a light bulb. Linda, why don't you look around, see if there's some shade somewhere where you can go and get some serenity and just be by yourself. So here I am, guys. I have traded electricity and convenience for privacy, serenity, shade. I'm not in the shade now, but Happy Haven's sitting up there just a little bit. I've got this whole entire area. I'll show you as soon as I'm done rambling here. Yep, the bottom line is too much activity where I was and too much sun. I didn't really worry about the privacy. I'd go in the clam and I would do what I needed to do. And I was like, okay, if people are watching me or seeing me, that's on them. I don't really care. You kind of lose some of your dignity when you're camping. Put in the comments if you understand what I'm talking about. And also put in the comments, would you have stayed put where I was on the end there with the cute little setup and just kind of, you know, ignored the neighbor and, you know, I'm working mostly and you would have just kind of shut that out? Or would you have, or do you prefer where I'm at now? And that would be your cup of tea as well, where you don't have the electricity. Now I still have my fridge plugged in for a few more days and I made rice yesterday. I took the rice cooker up to where the fridge is and made rice. So I'm not here for but another few weeks. And I mean, I don't know when I'm posting this exactly, but I'm not here for much longer. And I'm just very grateful to be here now. So I look at this as a coworker said the other day when she said, well, we'll see you in a couple days. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going back to green pastures. And she said, yes, Psalms. I do believe it's Psalms 23, lie down in green pastures. Eliminating stress, guys. And I've got my traffic noise in the background. It's very slight. I'm the only one here. All right. Enough of all that, and I'll just show you what this looks like right now in the afternoon and take you into the evening. I love you guys. Stunning. Late afternoon, coming up on some shade. Sun is in and out now. Cabins up above. Give you perspective here. I was way over yonder across the road. Happy Haven. Enjoying the sun. I mean, enjoying the shade. And picnic tables. Picnic tables everywhere. American flag. Crazy horse over yonder. And a serene and simple life. Just been a beautiful day here. A beautiful day off. Relaxing in complete serenity. Like these trees. Was a little windy today. I did some cooking outdoors. Made a nice meal. Got everything closed up for the night in case we get wind. And just really, before I put all my shades up, definitely enjoying the view. So with that, guys, I hope you have a better understanding of why I moved, why I do what I do. I am in
Complete serenity here. Love hearing the little traffic noise. Looking at the moon. Blessings in your day. Enjoy in all your decisions, in serenity and in a simple life.